Hey, Motorman here, and I've got a major announcement. We just came out with a brand new video. It's called the Ride Like a Pro Experience, and it is available right now on DVD as well as USB, along with the Surviving the Mean Streets. So this is $34.95. This is $19.95. We didn't raise our prices. You know, we hadn't done a video. The last Ride Like a Pro video we did was actually 9 years ago. And we knew we needed to renew it. We knew we needed to update it, but we didn't want to charge anymore. Everything has gone up, of course, in the past 9 years. So what we did, how we kept prices the same, is instead of including a big square thing where you put the DVD in, those cost like $2-3 a piece, and then it costs even more to mail it. So you're going to get the same thing. You'll get the DVD, and you will get this type of case with it. Again, this doesn't matter because this is the same thing, $34.95. Didn't raise prices at all. On this video, we're going to show you some new exercises, some variations of the exercises I've shown in the past. And keep in mind, this is not a series that you have to buy. The Ride Like a Pro videos, this includes everything from the other videos plus much more. So right now it's not available for downloaded, but it will be in about a week. We'll have it up on the website. Week from now, $19.95. This is available in DVD right now or USB at this very moment. This is the brand new video. We used a wide variety of motorcycles, including a Honda Goldwing DCT, a Scrambler. I mean, anything you could think of, we've got it in this video. We've got male riders, we got female riders, we got professional riders, part of my crew, and we have students. So we're going to show you the mistakes you're likely to make. We'll point out the mistakes in the video so you won't make those same mistakes. All right, so this is going to be available right now.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so what happened was we were working on the offset cone weave, and that is an Indian, but it had nothing to do with its bank sensor. It wasn't a runaway motorcycle. It was just a rider who was looking at me instead of where he wanted to go. Then again, well, maybe that is where he wanted to go. My wife could have put him up to this. I got a big life insurance policy. But it was the first time in 22 years that I was actually struck by a rider. I just was able to jump out of the way, and he's coming back here for a second try. And I don't know if you could tell from this angle, but he's having some problems keeping the motorcycle straight up. The usual, going a little bit too slow, doesn't turn his head, and he doesn't look where he wants to go. Instead, he looks straight and he goes straight, and that makes the motorcycle not where you want it to go. I've said this a million times. I think he tried to get me again there, but also this rider had gigantic ape hangers on the bike, and he wasn't any taller than me, so that was the last thing he needed. He could barely reach the bars when the motorcycle was going straight, let alone when he was trying to turn the motorcycle. So he had problems throughout the class. And we had a mixed bag here today. We had some riders who practiced prior to getting there, and they of course had the hang of the techniques right away. Head and eyes, friction zone, little pressure on the rear brake. This rider's not having much of a problem at all. This rider's on a Africa Twin, I think they call that. It's a Honda Adventure Tourer, and it has the DCT transmission. And he did very well. He told me he spent quite a few hours practicing. He's got crash bars on the bike, dropped it a few times, but that didn't make him quit. He kept at it, and he did very well. This is me demonstrating the exercise on that Indian that ran into me. I just wanted to show the rider that it could be done, that even though the bike is not set up properly for him, it's not set up properly for me either, but by using the techniques to the extreme, it's not a problem. Now here's the drone shot of the same exercise, and this shows you exactly how the exercise goes. It's a series of quick left to right transitions. That rider that just tipped over, he's on a Goldwing DCT, and that is a very difficult motorcycle to ride. It's very hard to get that sweet spot using just the clutch, or rather just the brake against the throttle. The throttle is very sensitive. They are very difficult to ride. So if you want to get one of those DCT Goldwings because you think it's going to be easier to ride, it may be easy to go straight, but if you're going to make turns and swerves and leaning and tight turns, I wouldn't get one of those. You can do it, but it takes a lot more practice. Now here's a rider. Then we had several riders. We had, I think, a total of 10 riders in the class. And many of them had what I call moments of brilliance. They had it down perfect, and then for whatever reason, they just lose it. They either lose concentration or their fear level goes up momentarily. They think the motorcycle is going to tip over. But this rider did okay. Not wonderful, but he was starting to get the hang of it. He missed that last gate, though. And as I said, you could always tell the riders who practice prior to getting to the class, as this rider did. And he is a brand new rider. Had a motorcycle before this, but only been riding a couple of years. Most of the riders in the class been riding for many, many years. And this is also the DCT transmission on this bike, but it has several more modes than the Goldwing does. And the rider said, I forget what mode he used, but he found that sweet spot a little bit easier on that bike. And here's a rider coming up that been riding for many years. Sometimes he did extremely well. Other times he loses it. I notice when he goes to make right turns, that was his downfall. He's afraid of right turns, so he almost comes to a stop each time he wants to make a right-hand turn, doesn't turn his head, and he goes outside the gate. There's plenty of room for error. It's always better to go outside the gate than drop your motorcycle, of course. But watch him again. He straightens up. He doesn't want to make those right-hand turns. So the thing for this rider, what he must do, is make more right turns than left turns practicing. Spend just a half hour making right-handed U-turns and then left-hand U-turns, and he'll find that, yeah, his skills will be equal on both sides. Here's a rider that's been to the class before, and he does very well. He's got the techniques down. He needs to turn his head a little bit quicker and get a little bit more aggressive. He sort of got into a mode where he just goes a certain speed, and he needs to get more aggressive, but he doesn't really want to. And that's okay. You know, you ride like you want to ride. But when you're learning this stuff at the course, it's best to ride as aggressively as possible. You'll get a hang of the techniques quicker if you ride aggressively here at the parking lot, not out on the street, like this rider's doing. Very aggressive. Here's everybody's favorite exercise they'd love to watch on YouTube. It's the snowman. It's a series of 3 circles, the first one being the largest at 30 feet to the left. This is 26 feet to the right. And the last one is 24 feet to the left. It's just a matter of getting your head and eyes around quickly and finding those cones with the green tips. Don't look at any of the other cones. I want to remind you once again to get yourself a copy of my brand new video, the Ride Like a Pro Experience. It's about an hour and a half long, and we show our Ride Like a Pro team demonstrating the exercises as well as myself. And we have some regular students demonstrating the exercises and making mistakes, and we point those mistakes out immediately so you know how to avoid them yourself. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you subscribe. And until next time, remember I do about 2 videos a week. See you later.